Academy students. Okay, we've got a lot of exciting stuff to cover in today's lesson. First of all, there is an email that accompanies this video that you might want to ask your parents if they have, and if so, I have included on that video two things. I have a piece of music that's entitled The Spanish Dancer that we're going to be working on today. And then, just in case you've misplaced it, I also included a copy of The Twinkle House, because we're going to be using The Twinkle House to actually learn part of The Spanish Dancer. So before you start this video, you might want to check in your parents' email account and maybe print these two things out if you've misplaced your Twinkle House, or for sure you can print out the Spanish Dancer, okay? Because that's what we're going to be working on today. But before we do any of that, let's get warmed up with 4 songs that we've already worked on in previous videos. We're going to start on page 23 with number 86, which is Ode to Joy, okay? So we're just going to do 4 quick pieces to warm up. Ode to Joy will be our first one. So page 23, here we go.
86. Essential Elements Quiz. Ode to Joy.
Up with is going to be number 88 for Jacques, and that's on page 24. This one has a repeat, so we'll play it 2 times each playthrough here. So starting with 88.
88. Frère Jacques, round. There are 4 beats in this count-off.
folks, so this is number 89 on page 24, Balaam Cabbage Down. Remember, we are only doing the A part on this one, okay? So 89, Balaam Cabbage Down.
89, Balaam Cabbage Down, orchestra arrangement.
Our last song that we're going to warm up with is on page 25, number 92, Can Can. Okay, so number 92, and let's play through this one. This one also has a repeat.
92, Can Can, orchestra arrangement. There are 4 beats in this count-off.
if you forgot to take the repeat. It happens to the best of us. Okay, nice work. So let's move on to the new stuff for this week. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't already, I would like you to print out the Spanish Dancer. This is the song that we're going to work on today, okay? And then if you don't, you probably already have your Twinkle House still taped into the back of your book. Remember this? We're going to use that. If you don't have that, if you've misplaced that, I also attached a Twinkle House to this email as well, okay? So you can print that out if you've lost it. Okay, so first though, we're just going to start with some copycat, okay? So I'm going to play something, you play it back. We are going to learn a rhythm that I use the words I like to tango, okay? Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to put my bow on the A string, and I'm just going to play I like to tango with my bow like this. Just like that, okay? Let's try it together. So my turn first, me first, and then you. So my turn first. Ready, go. My turn. Ready, go. Good. This time I'll do it on the violin. So same thing, copycat. I'll play it first, and then you play it back. So my turn first. Ready, go. My turn. Ready, go. Now, let's see if we can play the I like to tango rhythm 5 times in a row without stopping, okay? I'll show you on the violin first, and then we'll do it on the cello. Of course, you can play with me both times. Okay, so 5 times. Everybody have their instruments ready? Put your bow on the A string, and we're going to go I like to tango 5 times in a row. 1, 2, ready, go. Nicely done. Now let's do that on, or I'll demonstrate on the cello. So you can do this again with me. So 5 times in a row, put your bows on the open A string. I like to tango. Ready, go. Okay, so now the next step is I would like you to take your Twinkle House, so open up to your Twinkle House, and what we're going to do is we are going to play the Twinkle House, but on each note we are going to play I like to tango, 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 and we're going to do that for the whole house, okay? So let's try it together. We'll try it 2 times. I'll do it on the cello first, and then I'll demonstrate on my violin. You can play with me both times. Okay, so put your bows on the D string. I'm going to give you an introduction. Listen, I will tell you when to start playing. Ready, play. Let's try that one more time. This time I will demonstrate on my violin. Same thing, I'll give you an introduction and I will tell you when to start playing. Okay? So listen first. time to pull out your Spanish dancer music. I would like you to pause this video, and if you haven't already, write in the names of the notes for the whole song, okay? It's a long piece, but it's going to pay off. I think you guys are going to really, really like this song when it's done. So pause this video now, write in the note names, and when you come back, we're going to sing and bow them in the air, which is right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to sing from the beginning, okay, and I'll just bow in the air. Now, when the rhythms start, the first two lines are just going to be 2 counts, 2 counts, 2 counts. These are going to be slow bows, so they each get 2 counts. When we get down to the third line, this is where the I like to tango rhythm starts. And we're going to do I like to tango all the way down to the end, okay? So just so you know, once you get to the third line, that's where the I like to tango rhythm starts. Okay, so here we go, singing note names, starting from the beginning. Ready, sing. A, B, B, A, D, D, A, B, B, A. Big circle bow here, line 2. Okay, here comes the I like to tango rhythm. A, B, 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 A, D, 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 A, B, 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 A, rest, A, B, 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 A, D, 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 E, A, D, 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 rest. Good. With your pencils, I would like you at the end of the second line, no, just kidding, at the end of the first line to put a circle bow, okay? So right here in this rest, you can put a circle bow. So you will do a circle bow at the end of the first line. Okay, now, here's the cool part. When we get to line 3, you can see that there is some directions that are given to you here. There's a word that says P-I-Z-Z, and it tells you that that is the abbreviation for an Italian word, which is pizzicato. Pizzicato, we know how to do pizzicato. We did pizzicato for like a month and a half at the beginning of the year. That just means plucking, okay? So if you remember how we used to pluck our instruments before we learned how to use our bow, that's what you get to do when you get to the third line, is pluck your strings, okay? Now, when you get to the 5th line down here, there's another Italian word, arco. Arco in Italian simply means play with the bow, okay? So we go back to using our bow at the 5th line. So let's try this together. I'm going to demonstrate on my violin first, okay, and then we'll play it 2 more times after I play it on my violin with the piano part. So let's try this together as a group. We're going to start at the beginning on open A's, okay? So we're going to go about this fast. B, okay? Here we go. I'll count you off. 1, 2, ready, go. Big circle bow, back on the A string, line 2. Get ready to pluck I like to tango. Here we go. I like to tango. 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 I like to sounding. I think you're going to like it even more when you hear what the piano part does. Okay, so now let's play it 2 more times. This time I'm going to put the piano accompaniment on in the background, and we're going to do the whole thing with the piano. All right, here we go. There will be 4 notes that you'll hear before we come in, okay, with the piano part. I'll demonstrate on the cello this time. So here we go. Let me turn up the volume. Sounding. I really like this one. Okay, let's try it one more time. This time I will demonstrate on the violin, okay? And then this will be your project that you can work on this week. Okay, one more time with the violin. Here we go. Everybody. So take it step by step, okay? And then once you've got the notes learned, just keep practicing it. The more you play it, the easier it will get, okay? Just like everything else that we've learned. And then continue practicing. I think we made it up to page 27, I believe, last week in your books. So, yep, we made it up through page 27. So keep practicing kind of the new songs on page 27. I'll review those with you again next week, as well as add maybe a few more on page 28. We're getting into some really exciting stuff coming up in pages 28 and 29 especially. Okay, I hope you all are doing well. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions, or if you want to send me a video of you guys playing maybe one of your favorite pieces. I would love to see that. I miss you so much. And I will see you next week, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your week.